Been a minute since all three of us, the whole gang, has been present.
Yes, it has,
Gang
man. It's been too
affiliation, bro.
long.
Let's do it, man.
Yes, sir.
Lots
Always
happened.
stoked. Oh, for sure. Oh,
Oh, and
Yeah.
you guys just let me know if it is coming through for any reason. Cause my girl like brought home like these two birds out of fucking nowhere, and I was like, bro, what the fuck? But if you do hear them in the background, I can just move them to a different area because they just been chilling in my gaming area or gaming room. So, but
oh, for sure.
they're normally not that bad. But
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Jay the Great here. We are back. All three of us. Even Batman has returned. We are all present. Hope you're all doing well. This is a classic OG stream here with all three of us. We are back, at least temporarily. Hope you guys are all doing well. All of you. Make sure to hit the like button if you haven't already. There's plenty to discuss. Plenty to discuss. Many things have happened, both IRL and, of course, in the anime community.
political election,
as well.
a lot,
Political
bro.
election.
Yeah.
Feel free to ask about that.
Name it.
There have actually been, speaking of the anime community and the political elections, there's been many content creators I've seen on Twitter give their opinions on the elections and obviously on the candidates and the winner of the election, Donald Trump, as well. It's been an interesting time. Obviously, very divisive. That's certainly probably the best word to describe the current time we are in. Very divided. Very unfortunate how people will cling to their emotional investment into politics to this extent. It's very unfortunate.
Yep.
Because at the end of the day, I think any conscious person wants the same thing, which is prosperity and peace for all. So this divisiveness is very unfortunate. And these echo chambers, known as social media platforms and applications, clearly amplify that greatly. It's unfortunate, truly. But feel free to ask about that. Anime, so Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. I'm still on my journey to Z rank. It's not easy. There's some sweats on there that really get at it, and they're good at the game. It's hard to really level up after a certain
Oh,
point.
I've seen some gameplay. It's fucking.
Yeah, dude. After
Yeah.
you get to, I'll say this, after you get to B tier, people are sweats, dude. Everyone's like a fucking world class fighter on there, dude. It's like holy fucking shit, man. Like D to C to B is easy, but once you get B plus, you start fighting S rank.
UFC level, man.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm like, what in the fuck is this shit? Like, it's
Yeah,
crazy.
personally, I haven't played the game, due for many reasons. I've just been busy and shit. But
Yeah.
what's it called? I heard a lot of positive about it though. A lot of good things. Apparently, IGN had a crazy rating for him too.
It's really good. Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah, no, it was a
It
bad
wasn't that
rating.
good,
Yeah, like
actually.
IGN. They said it was
Yeah.
like they basically just said, oh, it was mid. But
Yeah, facts.
what's it called?
IGN.
Yeah, and then Six like it was a while ago, but Six like tweeted and he was like, "Oh, you fucking," like, he just like roasted him a bit. He's like, "You guys are just like the worst gaming," but like I've heard a lot of positivity about it. I saw the video that you released it at that one point, and apparently you played like for a good bit too. So I'm excited to do it because my main memories is from the main fucking shit when it popped off back then, which is Budokai Tenkaichi 3.
Oh, nostalgia. When you play this game, you're gonna certainly have nostalgic feelings of Budokai Tenkai. Like, it's definitely gonna give you those vibes.
That's what I'm
but more
saying.
modern, I'd say.
And it looks beautiful, dude. I've seen some clips.
Oh yeah, graphics.
I
are amazing.
tried not to like to stay away from as much, because I don't want to ruin it in a sense too. I want to really enjoy it when I do play it, but no, like it looks beautiful, sounds great. I've heard so much good about it. So no, I'm hyped for it.
Yeah.
And at least for me, I don't know about you guys, but I was always a G man when it came to Injustice fighting game, and
Oh, facts.
I was really good at that shit. So I don't know, maybe I might be able to pop off at that game too. We'll see. But if I'm over here getting into that, like you said, and I'm getting to B rank, and I'm over here getting my ass whooped by freaking some bald white alien or some shit, and I'm over here Ultra Instinct Goku, I'm gonna be pissed,
Facts, dude.
Yeah,
So-
it's just annoying. It's like there's like over 180 characters I believe you can select upon, right? And when it gets to like the higher ranks, there's obviously like a meta of like 5 characters come across over and over and over again, and
Yeah.
like the live current concurrent players on Sparking Zero has actually dropped like it's such a roller coaster. Like it goes from being like one of the most played fighting or platform things you can play right now, and then in a matter of like a month or two, it's just kind of like in a plateau and then some. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah,
I,
honestly, if I
yeah,
yeah, if I had to theorize why, because I saw that statistic too, it dropped like by like 80% usage rate or something
X.
like that. I would say the reason for that is perhaps like the tediousness to become Z rank. At a certain point, you're facing like world class opposition on the game, and some people are like, you know what, it's not even worth it no more. I'm just gonna play something
Yeah,
else. I'll play
dude.
fucking Black Ops 6, and I kind of understand that that sort of like that sort of feeling, that sort of conclusion, because it does become very tedious at that point because everyone is like high class, high skill. It's very tedious to continue to try and improve your rank on
Yeah, you
Dragon Ball. Yeah, and
get
the story
whipped
mode
like
is
over
quite
and
short
over.
too. Like the
Uh,
single player sort of aspect of the story mode is short. The what ifs are cool. But besides that, the people wanted the ranked to be like the main aspect, but it's tedious up to some point, like very, very tedious. Um, and that's probably why a lot of people dropped it and went to Black Ops 6, probably, to be honest. That's probably where they all went.
oh
And
yeah,
that game is out
100%,
too.
100%.
Are you
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's really a game where like if you had like a co-op, you
Oh
can
no, that was
play
my
other
fault.
characters, right? Like you can fucking have to worry about
Hey,
playing
it's all
fucking
good. I can take care of
steady
it.
and so like art.
Alright, just
Yeah,
tear it
Like, and I
off.
think games like Storm and Justice, etc., like those kind of games excel in like a
exactly.
local setting. For
Yeah, exactly. I agree with that. What's going on, John Bentley?
Yeah, nah,
Thoughts on
man.
Trump?
What's it called? No, you guys hit on the nail. But so I'm gonna be real with you. When I first do that shit, I'm gonna just enjoy it to the fullest first. I'm not even gonna get into the online yet. I'm just gonna do the
Yeah, that's kind of what I
story.
did.
I'm gonna go into like
Yeah,
the other modes that they probably have, to where you can experiment and like pick characters and fight, or like I think they have like a tournament mode probably, because the OG game, it had a tournament thing
yeah,
like
they do.
that. Yeah, yeah. So that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. I'm gonna enjoy all of that. Kind of have some content on it eventually, but and like just really, really enjoy the game for what it is, and then I'll try the online, shit, and then it'll probably be
yeah,
great.
that's
And then
probably
next
what
thing you
it
know, I'm
is.
gonna be over here raging, throwing my controller or some shit. So,
oh yeah, brother.
but
Thoughts on Trump winning. All right, so I'll say this. I've seen some very strong opinions of both candidates and Trump. The winning candidate. I'll say this. I don't believe either candidate is the Antichrist or the most evil person I've ever experienced
The
or observed in my
Antichrist.
life.
they both got
Right.
Because
shit. Yeah, they both got
like they're
shit.
both,
Yeah.
they both have flaws. They're Neither one of them would have been or will be the best president ever. Nothing like that. But in my opinion, the better candidate based off their interviews, based off their competence, based off their seemingly knowledge, in my opinion, was Trump. Now again, neither one is perfect. Trump has plenty of flaws, so does Kamala. Neither one's a Ronald Reagan or JFK or anything of that matter. But who won. I would say the reason Trump won was because he was more, I would say, present on major platforms that many average Americans watch, like Rogan. He was on Joe Rogan. He was on like the Nelk Boys podcast. He was on some major podcasts throughout his political presidential campaign. While Kamala, conversely, didn't really go on any besides like Call Me Daddy or some shit, which no competent American watches, in my opinion. Um, she was on Shannon Sharp. That was like the only good podcast she was on, I believe. Um,
That's cool.
but besides that, Trump was on many high-profile podcasts, and it was on there for hours. Like you got to see who he is, as opposed to Kamala not being on any, denying, not an invitation from Rogan, who I believe is very unbiased as well. So that's probably the main reason he won. Obviously, the assassination attempt greatly upped his popularity. Him surviving and reacting the way he did.
Two of
The
them.
truth is,
Yeah.
yeah, the truth is, it really seemed like a patriotic moment to many, even people that perhaps weren't even, very appealed to him previously. They saw that, they saw how he reacted, and they're like, you know what, this guy's tough. He's resilient. I'm gonna vote for him. And because of that, he basically won the entire Midwest. The states that he won, the electoral votes that he gained, almost every Midwest state he won, basically almost all of
Dude,
them. The only states he really
literally.
lost were, yeah, the only ones he really lost were like the shirt, the shun-ins, the ones that were purely liberal, like California and New York and Virginia, and
yeah,
very like those we all knew he was gonna lose those. There would have to be some sort of
yeah.
strange occurrence for that not to be the case. So that's essentially the main reason he won. I think if Kamala was more present on major platforms, her chances would have went up. Another thing that I noticed, and I think most people notice this, if you're not extremely biased with the left, is that her way of iterating on podcasts and like open forum, non-scripted forms of communication isn't the best. Like you could tell she wasn't very prepared when she was on like longer forum interviews. Like her answers weren't the best. She would kind of deflect with like a very irrelevant answer, like, "Oh, I grew
That's
up
a
in the
no-no.
Midwest," and
That's a
yeah,
no-no,
and
man.
to
I think the
to the
only
average
thing,
American, it's
yeah,
like that doesn't work,
yeah,
you
no,
know.
because they pick up on that. They'll pick up on it
Yeah,
immediately.
and people will deem her as like perhaps not the most competent. She's not dumb, but it just seems like she didn't have much prepared internally.
Correct me if
That's
I'm
all
wrong,
Conquer
Jay. I think the most competent I
facilitated.
heard with her was during the debate. I think that's
Yeah,
the most good
yep,
I heard.
by far,
But then I
That
heard,
by
wasn't even
far.
that
yeah, but
competent.
yeah, but
That
It wasn't
I'm
that
just saying,
competent.
like
Yeah,
that
it
was
wasn't
it
that
the
wasn't.
competent.
like that was like the
I
only,
know.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not saying she was necessarily, but that was like the only good thing I really heard. But and of course, like
Yeah.
then I even heard like apparently that she might have been like cheating or some shit or some bias. But regardless of all
Yeah.
that, that's it. Man, my bad, Jay. Go ahead.
Oh, no, you're good. But yeah, that I agree though. You're right. By far her best sort of public, I guess you could say performance, orally was her debate against Trump. Many do think she was like pre-prepared and that perhaps it's all conspiratorial. I'm not gonna say
Yeah.
it's true, but a lot of people thought that maybe she had the questions ahead of time or whatever. I'm not gonna say that's true. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. But that was by far her best like public display of competence.
And
The
it's
debate was
understandable,
actually
right, Jay?
close.
Because like
Yeah.
it could be deemed like a little bit inconsistent too. Because like from what you
It's
said,
inconsistent.
if you're over here seeing
Yeah.
her like all these things and she's over here talking certain way, whatever, blah blah. You know what I mean? You can tell like it's that's not really and then you see her
Yeah.
perform that way and that, then it's like it gets you thinking, So it's
Right. It
It is
reasonable
a
at
little
least,
fast.
yeah.
It's inconsistent because during that debate she was very like it's seemingly very competent, very prepared. Yet when
Yeah.
she's on like an open forum, sort of podcast or interview, she's nowhere near as prepared nor as like articulate.
Exactly.
So it is
Yeah.
a little bizarre. Trump. Here's the thing with Trump. He's not like Elon Musk level intelligent. He's just a talker.
He
Like
knows how to appeal to people,
continue.
dude. He knows how to please
Yeah,
people
he
when he
knows how
talks.
to appeal.
Yeah.
He has like a certain like a way to continue speaking, even if he's not answering a question specifically. He'll just continue talking and talking and talking. Like that's his
Yeah.
sort of like gift. Like he can talk for fucking hours about
Businessman.
whatever. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's he's a businessman. But again, both are flawed. I'm not saying either one is an angel or a devil.
Yeah.
They're both flawed. I don't think it'll be the end of the world if either one would have won. In my
Yeah.
opinion,
Yeah.
it would have been either one is going to be okay, maybe decent. But it's not nearly as apocalyptic as people make it seem that Trump won. Or
It's
that if
over
Kamala would've won.
exaggeration, dude. Yeah, no.
Super over exaggerated, like people cutting each other off. Oh, you're the devil if you voted for him. Like, come on, man. Let's be serious.
I'll say
see.
this. I think Jay really pinpoint many things between the two. Like one thing I'll say just to kind of add to that further, that was like she had a lot of disadvantages really, when it came to the election too. Like the first couple ones, and Jay kind of hinted on it, but just to further explain it, like Trump had many big influencers. He had Aiden Ross, he had Joe Rogan, he had all these people, and then as you said, he was taking the time to go over all these big platforms, you name it. Like he did a lot of stepping stones and a lot of like things to kind of get a head start. So not only he had those advantages, but another problem is he was already a president, so there's that as well.
Yeah.
So he already has a community and a liking, a basis. She didn't have that. The only thing she had on her corner was the vice presidency. And apparently, from what I've heard, I'm not gonna act like I'm competent, but from what I heard, that some people were like, "Oh, she didn't do a great job there either." But either way, so he had those advantages. And the most important one, if we're all just being real here, like if we're just being very logical, Trump is a dude, she's a woman. I'm just being honest. Like it's no hate against her, whatever, but that's just an inevitable biased perception people are gonna have, or maybe even misogynistic people, whatever. Because at the end of the day, You look at a dude and you look at a girl. It's like, come on, you know, like the country's more than likely gonna probably want a dude over a woman 9 out of 10 times, and it's just a sad reality of it. Even if the woman could be competent, whatever, this and that. That's just kind of how the world operates in a sense, you know. So that's another disadvantage that she severely had, is AKA sex, you know. So, you know, there's just those things to kind of pick up on, and you know, and it is what it is, you know. What's it called, like, and you know, and just as Jay said, they're both flawed, they both have their things, whatever, in here and that. But you know, I'll tell you what, this election was probably the most interesting I've seen out of all. Because freaking, like, it was people were very passionate and serious about this one, dude. Like,
extremely.
It was so bad to the point where people were literally defriending people, removing people, family, friends, etc., the whole nine, or losing their minds over it.
Yeah. Literally.
Like, so it was.
Cheers.
Yeah, it was a big fucking deal, dude. Like, and it was crazy because, like, mind you, like, while I'm MIA dealing with all my shit on the side, like, I just kept hearing these things come up or whatever, and it just always came up somehow, and I just saw how serious it was, you know, to people.
Yeah.
So there was that too. So it got really crazy in comparison to all the other elections and the competitions, but overall. You know, it's interesting, and I think this is probably the most interesting thing to me too. The fact that you know, because regardless whether if you think, you know, if he was rightfully convicted or whatever, felon, blah blah, you name it, it is kind of funny how America wanted a dude that's technically a felon and all this other stuff, whatever, over a woman president, and we've never had a woman president to this day. You know, like, that shit kind of like makes me like think, like, look at things as like, damn, like, that's kind of crazy that we were willing, even if you don't think he was rightfully so convicted, the fact that, like, people wanted that over, you know, like, that's just very funny to me. But but either way, like, the only other thing I could really add to it is you know, like, some pros that I knew about and some good things was, I think she was trying to, like, advocate for a lot more for, like, women rights and things like that too and stuff like that. But and obviously, I know the waters can get murky, whatever, and things can be controversial, but we can at least all agree at the end of the day, if you are at least advocating for anybody's rights, for them to have certain things, that's technically can be a good thing, essentially, you know, because at least someone's getting rights to do something right, even if you may not agree with it necessarily. But, you know, so there is those things, whatever, but, you know, again, it is what it is. And that's another thing. Trump also had the perception advantage. Again, regardless if you agree if it was because of him or not, when Trump was in office, everything was affordable. The economy was good, et cetera, whatever you name it. The moment Biden was around and he wasn't, now everything's shit or whatever, blah, blah. Regardless if you think it's either, you know, whatever to explain it and so on and so forth. But either way, he has that perception advantage too, because when he was over, things were really good, you know. So that's, you know, overall, that's kind of what I can say. So, you know, it is what it is. I'll say she did a good job though, because if you looked at how many fucking votes she had, she was in the 60 million, just like everybody else. Yeah, she did very like
70.
Like Biden had like what, 80 million, and she had 70, and she beat a shit ton of presidents in vote totals. Yeah. So like she did very well. I will give her that too. Like the only thing I can really add to this, and my bad for talking too long, but I guess the only disappointment for me is I did want her to take it in a sense, and not like regardless of who's right or who has better policies or whatever, blah. It was more along the lines of like, I actually wanted to have feats for a woman for once. I mean, to see like, so we can finally really sit down and have that conversation and be like, okay, we have a woman president. This is everything that happened or whatever. And then now you can finally compare and contrast. You know what I mean? And I thought that would also be really interesting too. And just like Naruto as well. Like, you know what I mean? When they had their first female Kage Sanada, you know, it was fucking cool, right? You know? So imagine our real world where, you know, we have a first female president. Again, just along those spectrums, but
it'll be historical.
Yeah. I'll say this as well. Another pivotal thing for Trump was the backing he had, like high-profile individuals. This is the people that. This is not. I mean, many cowboys picked the wrong people, but she had Cardi B.
Cardi B.
Megan Thee Stallion twerking at a rally.
Oh yeah.
How serious do you think will take you with this thought? By the way, free Tory Lanez and fuck Megan Thee Stallion.
Oh, you see that new shit with her?
Jay, you know what caught me off guard though? M joining her side. That was like probably the only good influence she had was Eminem.
Yeah. That's the only one.
Yeah, the
I was
only
like,
one.
dude, like Megan Thee Stallion, she's known as being a liar. I think there's a with Tory Lanez's incarceration. There's all kinds of stuff with her. Cardi B is just like a hoe. Like why these people? Like I don't understand that. While conversely, Trump had Elon Musk, Joe Rogan,
Dana White,
Dana White, Tom Brady, like fucking everybody.
Yeah, like what, like
RFK.
Like, bro, like what she doesn't get, like this is where she felt like I kind of understand the angle she tried to play, like, oh, you know, feminism, right, or woman or whatever, blah blah, you name it, or like. Yeah. You know, like, or especially if she was doing it like with Taylor Swift, whatever. I can get the angle, but at the same time, when it comes to reality, again, if we use our heads or whatever, people are going to be more appealing to male influences, not really females. Like that's already contentious as it is. You know what I mean? The world is either against, exactly. The world is either against Cardi B, Taylor Swift, whatever, or they're with them. And bro, if you look at the voting numbers, right? So, like, if you look at the numbers, black women and black men really wanted Harris.
For Trump.
Well, they went for Harris. So, percentage wise, it was like strongly in favor for her.
I saw that.
And the other races, like any race, that was slightly in favor for Harris. But where Trump really won by a landslide was the white race. It was white women and men. Fucking my god wanted Trump like fucking so and mind you Taylor Swift's white, you know what I mean, I would say she's even bigger than Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion, all that. So like again, like the fact that the majority of white women and white men rather have Trump, whatever, again, like she wasn't playing it at the right angle. That's her problem. If she went with other influencers or male people, she probably would have had a way better job. If she tried to convince the white percentage as well, which, you know, she would have just performed more competently. But that's just me though.
I agree. I do agree with that. Should have been more of a generalized like approach instead of like a very specific like demographic. I agree with that.
Yeah. Did you guys hear you guys hear about Obama, like prior to the election, he's like essentially people of color. Now, fundamentally, I think that in itself is racist. To be honest,
right?
And especially from like a notable public figure such as the president, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And it's another thing. Another real quick thing is like I think obviously the leader of the elections, the face of it all, does matter. I think a lot of people don't fucking talk about the Senate results or the House Representatives and how now we have a majority of Republicans in both of those areas.
Yep.
And so they're all Republican now. So it's like, and obviously Trump's a Republican. So it's like if he wants to pass legislation down that he just has the tool that now with, and I think a lot of people like kind of disregard that. In its entirety. So I think it's interesting. Yeah.
That just shows. I agree. Yeah, that just shows ignorance. Like
heavy ignorance.
Literally.
Literally. Like Trump. Oh my God, Trump won. It's over. Like, well, first of all, if Kamala would have won anyway, the Senate and the House are Republican, so she would have not been able to pass shit. They wouldn't have allowed anything. That's just ignorance, and it shows like a lack of knowledge, or perhaps like a voluntarily willful sort of effort to not know everything about like the political.
Jay, you wanna know what's funny too though? Fucking what's it called? Everybody thought she was gonna win too though. Everybody, they were everyone's wages. No, that's what I'm saying. But they all, I swear,
assassinated.
Like,
what the fuck?
And Shinobi, you just reminded me of another advantage he had: the 2 assassination attempts. That's another advantage. Like that again. That's the problem. This man had so many fucking advantages, not only biologically, but all the other shit. It literally, like, I'm just being, and mind you, I'm not picking sides or anything. I'm just being logical as possible. Like it's realistic. If she had the same advantages, she would have outperformed them. You know, so like
absolutely,
like that's all I'm saying. You know,
dude, like this is one thing I think everybody who's not completely like biased to the left has to admit. When he got shot, I mean, how much more oil can you have, man? The guy gets up, doesn't give a fuck. He's like putting his head out in the air and says, "Let's fight." let's go. I was like,
But
dude,
Jay, oh my
No,
God,
I know.
Jay, it was staged.
it was staged. I was like, what the fuck, dude? He moved. If he would have kept his head, if he hadn't have turned his head at that split second, he would have been killed. Like if he hadn't have turned his
They,
head.
Someone else
didn't
did
they
die.
kill the gunner
Like,
too? Didn't they kill the guy that shot too? They killed
Yeah.
the dude.
Yeah,
Multiple
immediately.
people
The guy
died. That's-
died immediately.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, dude. That's not
Like
staged.
so, I think he shot a bullet or two. One of them killed a firefighter. R.I.P. to him.
Oh Jesus Christ! I didn't know
the
that.
other one, the other one missed Trump and like grazed his ear only because he turned his head. It would have hit his cranium. He would have died instantaneously.
I'm gonna say this.
Cranium.
Jay, I'm gonna say this. Let's be real. If you're gonna try to go the route where it's like, oh, it's staged, whatever, fake, whatever. All right, cool, good for you. But bro, you don't think FBI is not gonna investigate that shit? You don't think everybody's gonna?
bro.
They have to. Like, you know what I mean? That's a big fucking deal. So if there was any like, heinous or bogus, whatever, like, I'm in my perception. If we're all using our brains, like they would have found something, right? Or they would have pushed something out, so on and so forth.
And think about it this way, like, think about it logically. You're telling me Trump would hire some retarded white kid from the middle of nowhere to try to kill him and trust him to not shoot him in the
And he's
fucking
willing to
head
give his
in
life?
real life?
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Like,
dog.
how stupid can you be? It was staged. A real person died. Did that guy voluntarily? Did the guy that shoot Trump say, "Hey"?
Innocence too. Innocence too.
Dude?
Yep.
Yeah, like what kind of bullshit ass fucking like, dude? Let's be honest here. That's ridiculous. That's fucking ridiculous. So, the
Cognitive
amount of
dissonance,
aura-
man.
yeah,
what it is.
that's cognitive. That's like willful cognitive dissonance at that point. Like, come on.
Literally.
Oh,
God.
another thing too, Jay. Nah, I'm sorry. We all have to agree on this at least. The edits though that man had don't even compare to her. Like the editing that people did for him was pretty crazy, bro. Yeah, that man looked like an anime villain or some shit like Madara.
Dude, when he got up and just started he started chanting fight, dude. How much more aura can you have? You can't have more aura than that. He got shot at, gets up immediately and says, "Hey, I don't give a fuck. Like, we're gonna win this shit." I was like, dude, that's patriotism.
Here's a question I got before we try to work a chat and everything. How would Obama do against Trump? Do you think he could be able to
Honestly,
I think that'd be a good battle
honestly,
election-wise. But
let's say if they're in their primes, right?
Yeah,
they
yeah.
go at it. That would be, first of all, that'd be amazing. Personally, I
Yeah, it would.
think, honestly, that would be a great election.
Obama was that guy, dude. He was that guy, man.
He was. He had
He
rich,
was.
bro. Like he's been
I
on
think-
order, bro. Like
Honestly, I think Obama probably would have won.
Right? Because he had
I
that
think
aura,
so
bro.
too,
Like, bro,
man.
he'd have all the black
He
people and
did.
colored people in their favor. He'd have a lot of, like, bro, even white people fucked with him, bro. Like, he just had
Oh, yeah,
that.
absolutely.
Like,
He
Absolutely.
beat Mitt Romney,
Yeah.
Like, that was like, dude, he beat John McCain, who was like a war veteran.
Mm-hmm.
He beat Mitt Romney when he got his second term. He probably would have beaten Trump. Yeah, I think he would have beaten.
that I'll say this. That would be a very good ass election battle, though. I will say that. Like, I don't think Trump would get fucking slammed, but if I had to pick a victor, I do think it would. Obama would still pull it off, though. So.
Yeah,
Dude,
I
if
think
Trump
that's
was
someone
saying
that-
shit like they're eating the dogs, Obama would fucking rip him.
That's another thing, bro. Like, bro, that man won from saying some bullshit like that too. Like,
And the cat.
yeah,
It's
bro.
like,
How do you win by
win.
saying the dogs and
Dude.
cats are being eaten, which is blatantly bullshit and was debunked by like a professionals? Like,
I'm not gonna lie, dude. Obama would have in a debate. He would have ripped them apart.
from saying that shit.
what I'm
Yeah,
saying, bro.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Obama was like very articulate.
He would have done it all like calm and collective and professional too, kind of like how Jay operates when he speaks. You know what I mean?
He would have been like Trump would have been all like erratic, and Obama would be like, "Listen up, Donald." Like just start ripping him. Like,
Listen up, you Mike Wazowski looking ass
Son
slug
him.
motherfucker.
yeah, you can't. hang
Yeah.
with that. Like Obama was talented.
So yeah, I'm pretty sure we all would agree Obama would win, bro. Like is it like
yeah.
title of the video Obama versus Trump? Is it close? You know, but yeah.
Oh yeah, Six on Twitter. Shout out to Six.
Yeah.
He put like he was just joking. He put like a tweet like Donald versus Camelot. It's not close. I think because Donald won. He's like it isn't close. I was like yeah, facts, bro. But
It's
also
not.
shout out to Six though for he actually streamed during the elections. I should have done that. Like during they're counting the votes and shit. I
That's
should've done that
cool.
shit
I bet that man had hella moolah from that shit.
Yeah, bro, he was doing that show. I was like, I should have done that.
Yep.
But shout out to him though. Thoughts on the current state of the power scaling debate community? It's sort of in a rut. I think it's sort of in a valley right now as far as appeal, as far as attraction as well. We're just in a weird sort of.
Need some
spot
spice,
right
man.
now.
Need some seasonings. You know what I mean? Whether if the big boys
Yeah.
got to do it or whoever, but yeah, it's definitely. You know, I agree. Yep.
Yeah, it's very
Yeah.
stale, and I think the reason for that is because there hasn't been an idea that's popped in a while. Swag doesn't post. Shout out to Swag. And then all the other creators, they're trying to every creator is trying to stir up the next big idea or the next big thing. It just hasn't happened yet. Because of that, it's been stale for everyone, every creator. As far as content,
Like I'd say the best ones right now is fucking Naruto explain and NC Hammer. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
they're
like
the biggest.
Naruto wise,
Yeah.
but
Naruto-wise,
you know what I mean? I'm not counting Seska. I don't pay attention to what goes on with that motherfucker. But
Nah.
what's it called? But at least for Naruto wise, I definitely would say NC Hammer and Naruto explain it. I know they've been going at it, so maybe they've been like kind of. Keeping the light right, for that. But yeah, but overall, it's just, and that's the thing. Like Six, whenever he releases or other people, like they be having some banger videos and shit, But it's just like,
Yeah.
it's like what you're saying, man. Like there's something's missing. You know what I mean? It's not as it
Yeah,
was
it's, like,
before.
sort of
You know?
stale.
Yeah.
It's not like the golden era. The golden era was like maybe like late 2010s. Like that was when Swag was like in his prime. Like that was the prime era before Seth got exposed, and him and Swag were making like millions of views of video and stuff like that. That was when the era was like at its peak.
It kind of that
for
kind of begs the
Naruto.
question though, Jay. Do you think like ever since that whole weird ass drama fallout, did that you think that maybe like potentially dented that in a sense, like
for
only
sure.
Naruto wise or
Yeah.
overall, or I don't know.
I think certainly the anime power scaling community was tarnished just because of Seth's influence at that point. He was
Yeah.
very influential in that community, and because of what he did, it created a very like bitter taste in people's mouths outside looking in, like everyone that's
A
not part of
negative
the community
perception
that
on
talks.
us too, yeah.
Yeah,
Like
very
like
negative
these are just
perception.
children, or they're just weirdos or immature people,
Toxic.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that stereotype was sort of birthed by that whole incident with Seth. Like, power scalers are fucking weird, fucking just degenerate people. They're fucking losers. Like, oh, that's the perception that was created because of the incident with Seth and how all those people looked on that Keemstar stream, which got like 1 million views. So it definitely tarnished the potential of the community for sure. Unfortunately, that's what it did. Now, like other
Yeah,
creators are
yeah.
trying to pick up the pieces, like all the other creators that are
Yeah.
good guys, like
Yeah.
PG, Sticks.
That's what I feel like they're doing, Jay. I feel like they're trying to
yeah.
pick up all the pieces and like
Yeah,
heavily
literally.
carry that shit on their backs. And again, if we're speaking Naruto only, especially Naruto explained in NC Hammer,
Yeah.
like Six,
NC
he's good
Hammer.
too, but he's been kind of like going in different areas. Like he's branching
Yeah, a
out.
lot
He's
of,
not just
other
sticking to
content.
Naruto only. TG as well. My bad. He's been doing his best with that too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The only other honorable mentions really would be Sage of Thick Halves and then Virtue.
Sage.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sage and Virtue.
Yeah, that's about it.
It's about it. So we'll see. Hopefully,
So,
it gets out
yeah.
of that weird rut, though.
Yeah.
Hopefully, but
I think the whole bullshit with Seth 445 definitely like accelerated the like metaphorical extinction of like the appeal, I would say, but I don't think it wasn't going to happen nonetheless. And I think the reason why is because like the anime that we watch and consume is a whole lot different than like the One Piece, Naruto,
Yeah.
DB, Bleach.
yeah,
Where we're getting like 300 fucking plus episodes of content, hella
Yeah.
characters, all this like information to analyze and make videos about, right?
Yeah.
Nowadays we
Yeah.
have anime that's like 40 episodes long or 50,
literally.
right? And then it's on to the next. So there isn't that much depth and or layers to really like exploit, so to speak, content. So it's like
Yeah.
when we're talking about like Naruto 20 years later, bro, we've juiced all we juice out of that shit. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's like I think
That's
it's I
another-
think
yeah.
until we see until we see something else kind of like pave the way in that facet, so to speak, I think we're going to like keep getting these like blips of like appeal,
Yeah.
and they dip down fast because the content is just there as it.
But see, That what you're saying though, Shinobi. That's why like starting like for this month. That's why I'm like doing like a big reevaluation with Naruto. That's why I'm going through the manga again and for Shippuden, and I'm also gonna go through like the anime and even watch the fucking movies as well. I'm like the video games. I'm not gonna probably do all that. I'm only gonna do the ones that are relevant. Maybe eventually I might go through the video games like for like a fun video or something, but because I know like if you like obviously I'm not saying it's canon, but if you were to include all the video games, you could technically have like a separate scaling. You know what I mean? Kind of like GT, right? You know, like you could scale GT or whatever for Dragon Ball. Yeah, you know what I mean? But overall, that's why I'm doing like a heavy reevaluation with Naruto, because I really want to go through that shit really deeply and post like all the important shit or good shit on my Discord for scans wise, whatever. So this way, like while I'm going through it, if I can find things that, you know, that hasn't really been pushed out yet, or you get what I'm saying, you know what I mean? I really want to hit the nail or just kind of get that traction back on track. And that's going to be the plan. But I feel like that's what people are going to really need to do. They're going to have to dig deep, you know, and not just try to do the same shit, you know, but.
Yeah, speaking of that, something I extrapolated from a conversation with Sage actually a while ago. Shout out to Sage. Is that like Batman said, because you know there's such oversaturation with Naruto content and like the analysis of the literature. It's the sort of perhaps observations or ideas that come from it are more far and few between, because everything's been discussed. Every matchup, every subtle detail of the literature, every power scaling assessment, like the majority have already been done, and perhaps multiple times. So it's more tedious to find that next big idea for the Naruto literature. It's been concluded for several years now.
Yeah.
And there's been hundreds, thousands of videos on Naruto at this point, perhaps more. So it's just a more tedious task, and because of that, you know, there's repetitions of the same content, perhaps, but it is hard to find a new idea now with you know many videos already existing.
That's what I'm saying, Jay. You know, like you hit it on the nail. You know, so and I'll say this, like for me, just going through the beginning and middle of part one, because I'm at the tuning exams now, one of the most goated arcs. But you know, I've like just going through the beginning, I've actually seen some really cool shit. I'm like, oh, okay, I like that, because there's some things that I feel like people haven't really like pushed out that much either, like especially if we're talking about like chakra and things like that, or just certain things that people don't really know. I'll give one example of something I remember, like that fucking clones, like shadow clones and even like water clones as well. They only have 1/10 of the strength of the original user. Not a lot of people know shit like that. You know what I mean? So like, and that matters, because if you connect those dots all the way through when you're getting to Shippuden, blah, blah, you name it, that's a big fucking deal. Like, look at Naruto with his KCM clones, you know? Like, they're over here, like, blatantly fucking Kage level, just clones alone, but yet they, you know, like, you get what I'm saying? Like overall, it all just connects. So, but you'd be very surprised with the shit that you will find going through. And I think the person that's done the best job, because I haven't been really keeping up with everyone, I've been watching this shit, but I've seen 2 videos from Sage, shout out to him again, but I can tell he's really going through it, and he's picking up on things or trying to talk about things that has not been discussed yet. And that's the angle that you want to play. Like,
it's not easy.
Yeah, and it's not easy because, you know, majority of it's been covered. But if you do dig deep, and this could be for anything too, guys. It doesn't have to be just Naruto. For whatever you might love or be passionate about too. But that's what you kind of have to do. You know, one of the things he did recently, which was a while ago, but it was when I was in the scenes at that point, was it was like he was talking about the geography of Naruto. That's a good topic. Yeah. Nobody's done a fucking in depth or you know whatever blah blah. You know, so again, if you go along certain directions, that's what you have to do in order to keep the audience hooked in, or especially to keep you kind of now in the traction and so on and so forth. And that's what I'm gonna do. Like when I get back into it, I'm gonna be doing all kinds of things, because the beauty of Naruto, it has philosophy, it has morality, it has obviously versus battles, and then you have like the really, really interesting technical shit. Again, like what Sage did with the geography or whatever, and then so on and so forth. You know, like bro, like we were the first ones to say it, but when we talked about the Forest of Death in Konoha, like the distance and all that shit, and then Datara's explosion and pain.
Yeah.
That was all us, bro. Nobody said that shit. You know what I mean?
No one's ever said that.
No, like you want to know what everyone did? They immediately went to calcs and went to all this fan-made bullshit. You know, so again, like when
bro, it's in the literature.
Yeah, and,
we have to make nothing.
Correction. I think it was either Jay alone or it was Jay and Shinobi. They just talked to me about it, but either way, that's another example. So again, like
I think we were all scripted a video. I'm pretty sure we were all on that shit. Yeah, we were.
Just yeah. You guys brought it up to me though. What's it? Because I didn't bring that up. You guys did. What's it called?
But
talked about that.
yeah.
But but overall, like so for any new people out there, whatever it is, that's what you kind of want to go, you know, like, and this, again, it could be for anything, but that's why I'm going through everything all over. And once I have all my shit on my Discord, and it's there for everyone too, it's not private either, because that's the thing, like, I want everyone to have it this way. They have it for, like, whether they're debating or just if they want to be a content cool, whatever. But again, that's why I'm doing what I'm doing, and once I have that shit done, bro, I'm going hard on content. I'm gonna be going through a lot of things.
There's a few things that we personally have, like, introduced in the community, like the explosion calculation. We did that from an actual numerical value from the actual.
It's from the show. We're not just making shit up. Yeah.
From the show. It wasn't like some arbitrary like pixel scaling bullshit or none of that crap. But we did that. We also did like the theory for why Tobarama isn't faster than Jubito. Like the logic for that. No one else has ever given that theory before. We did that. There's a few things we've done, and essentially you gotta use a fine-tooth comb. That's how Sage said it when I was talking to him. You gotta use a fine-tooth comb and really go through, you know, the literature and really pick out the most subtle of details, and then like expand on that and create a new idea that no one's really heard before, or a new theory. That's basically what it is, and they're there.
And bro,
we've made up a few ourselves. But,
that's the thing too, Jay. Even if it's like contentious, or even if you may not even inherently be right, the fact that you're even putting in discussion, that's still okay. That's good, because then now people can be, oh shit, you know. And let's say they look even more heavy into it, or they have their take on it or whatever. You know, that opens up a whole other can of worms, right? You know. And again, that's good, and that's how you start bringing it back on the traction, and where it's not just fading away, you know, and shit like that.
Yeah.
You know, and that's really all it is, you know. So I'm excited for it. But,
I just personally worry that like another 20 years, like people like us, we're still going to be going back to Naruto,
bro.
With a fine-tooth comb, like you're saying, because nowadays they don't be making shit like that, bro. And I understand, like some stories, they shouldn't be dragged out too long.
No, they shouldn't.
Like I've heard. Walking Dead, you name it, right? There's a lot of shows that just drag on too long, and they should be ended soon. But dude, I just got.
But that's why we got Boruto, bro. You know, that's why we got Boruto, because eventually, you're right, Shinobi. Naruto, it is going to be washed up at a certain point, whether if it's in the next 5 or 10 years or whatever. What's it called? Eventually, it's going to die down to a certain level where it's not, you know, as... Because that's the thing about Naruto, too, though. Naruto is so fucking good. It's so popular. The fact that it's been so many years and people could still make a living or pop off from it or get a reputation from it. Yeah, you name it. Or start growing now. Like, that's just crazy itself. That just goes to show you how legendary Naruto is, you know? So,
but...
I'd say, let's say an anime that's already been dead for a while. Maybe like, not to be an old one, like
Trigun, bro.
Yeah, like that one. Like Naruto will be there in about 10 years, I'd say. Maybe 10 to maybe 15 if I'm being generous.
Boruto's gonna take the mantle pretty soon. Like eventually, once Naruto's like finally like faded, because there's just really nothing more content creators can do with it. You know, right? Boruto's gonna be the next step. So
Boruto is the future. People hate to hear that now, but
it is.
Years from now, it'll be the future. I mean, it's just that simple. It is what it is.
Can't wait to see it animated, bro.
Oh, it's gonna be so good.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, no, when it does get animated, that's when it's really gonna be in discussions, debates, content, you name it, etc. Because you know how the anime works, regardless if someone agrees with it being canon or not, even though it is canon. And that's what just reminded me. That's a second fucking thing. Sage did a video on what's canon when it came to arts too. Again, that's another smart idea. What's it called? So like, again, like, you know, that's how you want to approach things. But anyways, backtracking. So fucking when the anime comes out, all it does is just show extra details. It's the same shit going on, but it could just be additional feats, whatever, blah blah, you name it, right? You know. So again, like once that comes out, people, bro, that shit's gonna blow up. It's gonna be even more crazy, you name it, and so on and so forth. And I'm just putting this out there. The authors themselves have already said the Boruto anime is canon, you know, and so on and so forth. You name it, you know. Obviously, if it's a direct contradiction, like to the manga original source, and fuck that, right? Like Sadara's Tomo shit, apparently that's different or whatever, but you get what I'm saying, you know what I mean? So
yeah, of course.
So but yeah, like when that shit starts going down, dude, bro, it's gonna be crazy. So
It's gonna take off,
especially movies, bro. They could still make fucking movies with it too, more movies and shit, you know.
So I'm sure they will. I'm not gonna shame anyone for their political views, but watching Harris supporters crying these past few days has been low-key funny. Speaking of that, John Bentley, I actually reposted on Twitter. Again, I'm not trying to shit on people that voted for her, but I was crying, laughing when I was watching.
Dude, it's really funny.
Losing.
Man said I was crying from laughing though.
I was crying with them when I fucking saw that shit. TG and Virtue are popping off right now. Yeah, shout out to them, bro. They're doing their thing.
Yeah, they're doing the thing, man.
Yeah, man.
Isn't JJK scaling still popular?
Oh yeah.
JJK is still relatively new though.
Like, that's another thing. Like bro.
Either.
Like why do you think Six started diving into JJK and some other things recently? Because he knows that Naruto is kind of, you know, like fading in a sense. So he's not gonna like really. He'll still do Naruto stuff here and there, or whatever, or things that he thinks is a really good idea. What's it called? But you know, overall, like, yeah, JJK, that's another really good one if you want to really get into that, because that it's good, dude. It has a lot of shit with it.
It's good.
You know?
Yeah. On the topic of Bleach, are y'all caught up? Actually, I don't think I've seen the newest,
Not me.
Bleach
I haven't
episode.
seen shit. You know?
I just watched the newest one today, bro. Dude,
Dude,
Bleach
I need to
popping
watch
off, bro. That last episode, even episode 5, bro, with Aizen. Are you kidding me, bro?
Bro, that was so
Dude,
fire. I'll say this.
What a
about
fucking
Aizen,
flex.
Aizen is just built different, dude. Like if standing in his presence, like, made a dude disintegrate and shit. I was like, bro.
What the fuck?
His aura
It's
caused
spiritual
a fucking
pressure,
dude to
bro.
die.
Yeah,
I was
dude.
like,
Bro.
And then Aizen said, I think he like said some cold shit. He's like, you really think that taking these off was a good idea or some shit? I was like, bro. Bro. Even Senshui, I think, was like, he knew, like, you can't fuck with him.
So that man still has aura in like the future. Okay.
Even incarcerated, he has aura. Like, even Senshui knows.
But
like,
you know,
bro,
it's-
I can't.
You know what's cool though is the captain, I don't think Kuryaku, whatever his name is, like if he dies, like Aizen gets sealed back or something because the key in his stomach or something. And like the fact that Aizen got stronger while in the Muzan or whatever the fuck the realm is called, dude. Like I don't know how the fuck he did it, but the guy's
Wow,
fucking
dude.
deep.
He's just cold.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's just a cold man. Like, dude.
I'll say this, Jay and Shinobi. Like, I liked Bleach so much that I'm dead ass, because it's just been so long. I'm just gonna have to rewatch it from the beginning, and not no filler bullshit, but just watch the main events. I'm gonna go through from the beginning and go all the way to the new shit that just came out. Fuck it, you know what I mean? Because I don't really remember it that well, dude. You know, like so.
Man, they're bringing back that spotter right now too. So I'm
Oh, that's
and
crazy.
You remember, you know, Kiora and shit, Grimdale.
Bro, that's like Boruto. That's like Boruto. Instead of them trying to copy the Akatsuki, because that's what they did in the beginning, with the fucking car, you know, the car shit. Instead of them doing that, that's like them bringing back the Akatsuki somehow to where it's the robes.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that'd be sick. Like, bro, I'm gonna say this: if they somehow do that in Boruto, regardless if the organization is either good or bad, imagine just seeing those robes again, the OG Naruto feels, you know what I mean? And then, and especially if it's badasses in it, or imagine Boruto's in the Akatsuki for some reason, you know what I mean? And he's wearing that robe, like, bro, there's potential, you know, so.
Dude, the spotter, though, they're so cold. I was like, yeah, bro, we gotta see him again, dog. We got to.
And I'm
so
sure they've
cool,
gotten
dude.
more powerful, dude. Like, I'm sure
facts,
they have by
facts,
now,
bro.
so
They
I
have
can't
to.
wait to see that.
They have
Yeah.
to. Like, to be relevant, they're gonna have to be more powerful.
Exactly, right? Like, why the fuck you here if you can't do it? Also,
Yeah,
bro,
like-
like, where the fuck is... Where is Squad Zero, bro? They're fucking attacking
Bro.
the brother, okay?
Dude,
And they're nowhere to be
where
found.
are
Like,
they?
what are we doing?
Like,
What are we doing?
Ewok's having a field day, dude. I don't know where the fuck they are, bro. Like, what the fuck? Ewok is cold,
yeah.
bro. I can't even lie. Ewok is cold as fuck, bro.
Hey,
He's cold.
I'm gonna say this though, different note though, and then we can try to catch up with the comments and shit. But sorry, we're just like we're kind of enjoying all this shit. It's been a while, man, of all of us being together too, you know.
Yes.
But so sorry guys, but I'll say this too though, cause I've been watching Hero Academia because all that shit finally was released in anime wise. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna be real with you, because from what I've heard, I haven't seen the JJK manga, and obviously they haven't done no anime, but I've heard a lot of negativity about the ending and the final arc for JJK.
Yeah.
But the Hero Academia is pretty fucking good, dude. I'm actually really enjoying it. Like, it's pretty damn
anime
good.
is
Yeah, it's pretty fucking good. Like, that shit was...
I just caught up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so good, bro.
Yeah.
I gotta watch that. But yeah, the JJK manga ending was very disappointing, though.
Yeah, I heard about that, man. I don't know what it was, but I just heard a lot of negativity, man. So,
yeah,
but so
I don't
like,
want to spoil it, but yeah.
So if you guys were disappointed in JJK and you haven't seen Hero Academia, go hop over to that, because at least to me that didn't disappoint. Even Choi, even Simply Choi. I don't know about 6, but even Choi said it was fucking good and he loved it. He thought it was better than JJK. So.
They're basically having like a 4th grade Shinobi war right now.
Yeah.
Hero Academia.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Going down.
Yep.
All the heroes, like all the villains. It's great.
No, literally.
Naruto Storm games canon. I think most people think it would say it's not canon.
I think Generations is.
Yeah, like
right?
the majority of the majority of the games are like hands down. People would right away be like, no. Obviously, if it's already been shown, then that's fine. But the only things that people do argue a lot more for, or will be like it is canon, is like the Naruto Storm Revolution game that had all the Akatsuki story, because it's basically about the Akatsuki, them building it, starting from scratch, you know, what Obito and Nagato did, and then just connects to everyone else, you know. So you have that, and then I think there was like, there was one more other game that was also people consider or try to argue for, but it's only 2 games. And the only reason is because of like them utilizing anything that's heavily in connection to Kishimoto being involved, etc. You name it, you know. So
yeah, that's like the argument for it.
Yeah.
When the Oboro tournament comes back, it's going to have a strong start, considering they still need to adapt Final Aqua Part 1. Oh, for sure, it's going to kill it, man. I guarantee you that. Thoughts on the Sakura Blitz Kage discourse? Here's the thing. Swag Kage started this discourse years ago with his Sakura versus Madara video. I'll say this. In the manga, she is visibly aware that Sakura is coming towards her. She's just not able to react. Yes, she did have Sasuke and Naruto coming at her simultaneously. She's dumb as hell too, so keep that in mind. Kaguya is by far more powerful than all those guys, but she's just really dumb. So that's also another factor to keep in consideration. But she was blitzed in that instance, yeah. Doesn't mean Sakura's faster than her. Again, Kaguya is dumb as shit. If that was Madara with that level of power, Sakura would have been dead. Let's just say that. Kaguya is just very dumb. Very, very dumb character, despite her power. Aizen gassed the chair up. That shit would survive Naruto. Dude, Aizen's cold, bro.
Dude, bro.
She's cold. He's cold, bro. He's a cold man.
That's crazy. I was so stoked when I saw him like go to release Aizen. I was like, oh, and like, dude, you think Naruto's philosophical, dude? The shit they say in Bleach right now, bro. I'm like, yo, this shit hits, bro.
It's
like,
cold.
This is some.
It's cold.
It's cold as fuck, bro. It's like some life and death shit. You think they want to release Aizen? Fuck no, bro.
Bro,
the shit he said.
They're desperate.
Got mega riff, bro. I can't even hold it.
What did he say? He's like, why would I help you or some shit? Like, he didn't. He's like, he knows that he has the leverage now because they're coming to him. He's like, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
You wanna know what's funny as shit? That's like Naruto going to like fucking Madara. He's like, hey bro, help me.
Like Aizen he's the one incarcerated, but it's ironic because he's like, oh, so you need my help? Why would I help you? Like, he doesn't give a fuck, bro. He's like, wow, why would I give a fuck? Basically, is what he told them. I was like, bro. He knows. He's like, you got me.
Yeah.
You need me because you know I'm him. Like, you know you need my help right now.
Yeah.
I'm the only one that can help. I'm like, dude.
Everyone's mad at Everyone's mad the head captain facing him, understandably. But, like the shit he says to rationalize, and it's like, dude, that's a leader in my opinion, bro. Like you gotta do
Facts.
tough shit like that, bro. Like
he has to do what he
Daniel
has to
Holden.
do. Yeah.
Absolutely,
Facts.
bro.
Sometimes you gotta make the tough decisions, even if it means going there. Like it is what it is. Like he knows Aizen is like the most formidable threat they could use as perhaps an asset. He knows that.
I'm gonna
Like,
say
it's
this
that
real quick though. Here's a crazy thing for fucking me. And mind you, I haven't seen any of this shit. But there's two ways I see it. Either there is a very simple logical explanation for why he's still relevant, or two, he's just that fucking guy, and even being incarcerated, that motherfucker is somehow
Aizen?
getting strong. Yeah, Aizen.
Yeah, he
No, he
yeah,
got stronger, dude. Like
yeah,
while
even
locked up in
incarcerated
jail,
somehow.
basically.
That's fucking
Yeah,
crazy.
even in jail.
That's
what I'm
like
saying,
that's
bro.
like Sasuke, like you know when they had him sealed in fucking jail, like where you couldn't
Yeah.
use his eyes and shit. That's like that man just like getting stronger and stronger, just sitting there like what?
It's almost
I
as if,
know,
like, his
dude.
spiritual pressure, even incarcerated, spiritual pressure just kept like.
So you can
rising.
train yourself even without doing physical exertion. Basically, is what I'm getting
Yeah,
at. With
I
that.
It's kind of like
Yeah.
shadow training.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
something,
with him,
you
if
know?
I had to theorize, it's because of the Hoyoku interaction. Maybe it had some weird effect.
Or
on
if
his spiritual
modifications,
pressure,
yeah,
like-
yeah, because he transformed in the
Yeah,
end.
like-
Yeah.
Ah.
Like, if I had to theorize why, maybe it's like even after it's just continuously, he's like improving as like a fucking combatant. Like his spiritual pressure's still rising, even incarcerated, where he can't do shit. Like he's still becoming more and more powerful. So it's fucking
That
ridiculous,
makes
like-
sense though because
thick as fuck,
he
dude.
kind of became Ichigo in the end. You know, that was like his whole thing. Like because you know how Ichigo always had the holification, right? And then in his human form. So like what he did
Yeah.
in the end was he did the same shit. Like he got the holification, all that shit, whatever, and in the end he loses to Ichigo's final form. But it kind of makes sense because if he still had all that and what that's like kind of like Naruto being incarcerated but having the nine tails and they're just kind of like you know fusing more together or getting stronger together, you name
Yeah,
it,
it-
or
yeah,
maybe
like
or maybe
that.
even like training in like their own, you know, like that weird area that they can talk to
Oh,
and
the
shit, you know.
astral plane.
So yeah, so if it's something maybe along those lines too, then that could actually make sense for why he's continuing to get stronger.
He's
So, yeah.
just different. It's crazy. Have you watched the recent episode of Dragon Ball Dama? I actually haven't. I saw the one last week.
Oh.
But
I haven't seen it
Yeah,
yet.
let-
No, I'm gonna watch.
talk about Daima,
I'm
guys.
watching Dragon Ball all the way to there. That's what I'm gonna do first.
Yeah, it's very nostalgic watching Dragon Ball Dama. I like it. Obviously, it's cool to see Goku with his staff again, like when he was a kid. I mean, he
Yeah.
is a kid right now. It's cool to see him with the with the staff and like just the way it brings a lot of nostalgic memories to Dragon Ball. Not even Dragon Ball Z, but Dragon Ball. It's pretty cool, man. It's pretty cool.
And it looks beautiful. I saw the trailer at
Yeah, it
least.
looks
It
really,
looks
really good.
gorgeous, dude.
Looks
Shit.
great. Yeah, the animation's
Yeah.
great. The story.
Like, bro, everybody wants that for Naruto, man. You know, like, that's like, remember when Naruto did the anniversary shit, and you saw how beautiful it
Oh,
looked when they
man.
remastered it.
It looks
Like, bro, that's basically what they did
good.
for Dragon Ball. You know what I mean? Like, for
Yeah,
that, like,
yeah.
they need. I'm telling you, bro, we need that for Naruto, bro. That would go so
need
good. Everybody
Yeah,
would
definitely a
rewatch
slow
it. They
burn.
would pay to watch it, dude. I promise you.
Oh, facts. Definitely pay to watch that shit for sure.
Ugh.
But,
So
yeah,
there is
Dragon Ball
one thing I
Dama,
saw.
Cool.
Like, if they have like these like, I suppose that like, or it's almost like a sensu beam, right? And one of them is like this beam that allows the youth. And like on the diagram, it has like at one by consuming these beams. So could you imagine like Gohan, Vegeta, and Goku, bro? Like that'd be fucking sick. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
about
crazy.
Like,
Bro.
I don't know about you,
Like
dog.
a three-way fucking fusion. Holy shit.
It's a slow burn right now. It'll get there eventually,
Yeah,
for sure.
To me, it's enjoyable because I'm as biased as they come. But yeah, it is a slow burn though. It is a slow burn for sure.
Yeah.
It'll definitely probably get better, like combat-wise and stuff like that. Shinshui is definitely MVP candidate right now for this arc. Oh, facts, bro. Give me the hard
Facts.
decisions. He has to
Very
do,
facts, bro.
taking Yamamoto's place with his death. He knows he has to do what he has to do, man.
Yeah,
Like, he has the
facts.
experience. He's a vet. He knows what it takes to win.
Oh, and Jay, Ukitake, dude, the shit he's doing, like, come on, bro. He was always irrelevant in my opinion, but like now I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, bro, like you literally like saving everyone. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
literally.
Yeah.
Like, it's funny because Sensui is like, I gotta wake up the devil. It is what it is. Like, it's literally what he's doing. But a man has to do what he has to do. So that's respect,
Dude,
though, man. I mean, what leaders do.
and also with Kubo, like Ukitake was always big, right? We never fucking knew why. But it's like now we know, like all these years later. For me, that's a really cool like thing to realize. You know what I mean? Like the foreshadowing and vision of Kubo in general is like it's really well done, and to see it all come together, dude, it's actually like Bleach is fucking top tier right now, bro.
Oh
honestly.
yeah, it's all coming together. Like Kubo, I think I think he even stated like with this anime, this you know, with the Thousand Year Blood War, he's able to do what he wanted to do originally in the manga. But like I knew he was like sick and stuff back then or whatever, but now he can do it his way. And now we really get to see like his talent. Like, and we're seeing that now with the anime. His talent and his vision. He's a great fucking author. I mean, there's a reason why Bleach is so good.
Legend.
Yeah, he's a legend. He's up there with like, you know, Kishimoto and obviously the manga god himself, Toriyama. So
Oda.
It's damn good, man.
Yeah.
Shit's damn good. And Oda, yeah, those guys are all like the manga gods, basically. So it's fucking crazy. It's damn good. I mean, Bleach is pretty damn good. And I said this on Twitter too. As much as I hate to say this, Ewok would solo all of Naruto, all of Boruto, probably like excluding only Shiba.
Dude.
That ass, bro.
Easy.
He's that powerful.
Easy, bro. Yeah.
Easily. And I never.
That's
thought
crazy.
I'd say that, but yeah, bro. He is crack. He could see into the future. He's a fucking monster. I mean, I don't know how you fucking beat him, bro. You can't stop
This
him.
motherfucker sounds like a goddamn Amato robot or some shit.
His ability is called the Almighty. That's like what you call Jesus Christ. The
Yeah.
Almighty, dude. That's like.
It's giving me a flashback to the Pain arcs and shit, man. You know, remember when all the wordplay they had with Pain and shit?
Yeah, literally, like the Almighty, like the Almighty one, dude. That's basically what he is, dude. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy.
The craziest thing is if he's that fucking cracked, that only means it's only a matter of time before the main character is getting up there along with whoever else, like aka Ichigo, you know, and shit. So
yeah,
That's Ichigo.
Yep.
Yeah.
the man himself, bro.
Yep.
Yeah, he's gonna reach like fucking multiversal levels. I mean, it's just that simple. Like,
Well, the thing is, right? If Squad Zero, like, just one of the members, they're universal. Then Ewok is
facts.
just their leader, who is
Yeah.
obviously It's like I can't even like fathom how fucking strong Ewok is right now. And the shit he's doing right now, dude, the flex on the Soul King and everyone, bro, is actually kind of funny. To be honest, dude. I don't want to spoil anything,
yeah,
but it's actually hella
dude.
funny. Yeah.
Like he went to the Soul King and was like, "You're my bitch now." I was like, bro, what the
god
fuck?
damn.
You're cold, dude. Like, and there's nothing no one could do about it. He just came in there, dominated the Soul King himself, and said, "I'm him." I was like, bro.
Hey,
Oh,
This
and the
guy's
shit he
something
did to
else,
Ichigo, bro. Oh, bro,
Bro,
that was
an ass whooping,
that was
man.
sad.
bro, man, that still hasn't changed this day, bro. Ichigo always getting them ass whoopings here and there.
Yeah, bro. First it was Aizen, like at Soul Society arc. Now it's Ewok.
Or Grimjo, remember Grimjo's
but-
first encounter too when he beat the fuck out of Ichigo.
Oh, yeah.
Beat that ass.
Absolutely.
Bro. Like, you know who Ichigo is like? He's like Rocky. Like you might get him the first time,
Yeah.
but he always comes back. He always comes.
Cause they
back.
never kill his bitch ass. They're always so dumb. Kill him.
That's what I'm saying.
That plot armor, man. You know.
Facts, dude.
Yeah, bro.
Telling you.
Aizen got him. You know, Aizen sunned him. Then he came back, took him out with his Dangai Ichigo form. You know. Then.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know,
right.
Grimjow got his ass whooped. Then he beat Grimjow. Now he's dealing with Ewok. You know, he'll come back.
Oh,
Bro,
Fiora.
even that one,
Fiora.
even that one, yep, him, and then the other dude, the brother of, I forgot his fucking name, the one that had all the pink shit, the speedster,
Rukia?
he beat the fuck out of him the
Rukia.
first time too, yeah, that's what
Oh
I'm
yeah,
saying.
Byakuya. Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
bro.
Kenpachi even.
Yeah.
And Pachi.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah, he's literally Rocky, bro. He's Rocky Balboa and Bleach, dude. Dead ass.
And then, like, his saving grace was the fucking holification, like the Nine Tails for Naruto,
Oh,
basically.
dude,
Like,
that
the
holo-
amount of times that
Yeah.
shit saved him, bro.
That saved his ass. Yeah, that saved his ass, dude. When
I genuinely
fighting-
don't know how it's gonna be Ewok though. I genuinely don't. Bro.
I don't
like,
know,
there's
dude.
nothing. Like
He's gonna need
he-
some
he literally
Ultra
gets
Instinct
paralyzed.
training arc. That's what that motherfucker's gonna need.
he's gonna need like an omnipotent fucking hacks or some shit. bro.
Literally,
I don't know how the
something.
Yeah,
fuck
we're,
dude.
hey, we're Ida.
Genshoga.
You know, hey, we're
Who's Ivan,
David.
dude. Yeah.
Yeah, for
Hey,
real.
but I'm gonna say this real quick because I did tell the boys before. I'm gonna do like a quick little outro because I do got a dip. I have something coming up for tonight.
Sure.
But I do want to say this for anybody that's curious on my end. I am going to be making like an announcement video, kind of updating you all of what's going on. Just for me, personally, and then the expectations to set forward and etc. So I will keep you all in the loop. I just kind of wanted this to kind of be like a little surprise gift for you guys to be with the boys again, and you name it. So you guys, I hope you enjoyed all of us being together. And just a short consensus of it too. There's been a lot of self-reflection on my end, a lot of growth. If you guys didn't know, there was some stuff that happened. I lost someone very close, so I had to deal with all that and just life, etc. You name it. There's a lot of things to attend to, which is why I had to be away for a while. I was going to be away longer, but something came through, and because of that, I didn't want to be gone for a while and then come back shortly and then be gone for a while again. I didn't want to do that to you guys. So I did try to come back to where I can at least be here for the last 2 months or whatever, or maybe even 3 or 4 months I'll have with you guys, and then some other shit. But again, I'll explain all this in a whole other thing. But shout out to Jay again. It's always an honor and pleasure being on this co-host stream. They have been, my boys. We're practically like brothers and family at this point. But from day one, they've always been great. Done a lot for me. Even Shinobi, it's always a blessing to be with these guys. Everything they did before as well. I did eventually attend to that while I was MIA here and there. But again, I'm grateful for everybody, you guys, the community, everyone that's here, all the support you give for Jay, Shinobi, me, all of us together, just everything, and most importantly, you guys could probably relate to this, but if you guys have been through any fallings, whether if it's failures or losses, whatever the hell it is, try to always focus on the good perception of it, the positive, right? Pros and cons to everything. And it's not easy, man. It's not. That's why I had to take my time away and do all the shit I had to do. Since I lost a close loved one, we had a lot of similarities and passions. And because of that, and the last words he sent to me, I'm going to take that into consideration and kind of, hold that very close to me. And basically just try to push in that direction because I know he would want me to keep going, etc. You name it. And that's what I'm going to basically be doing. So, but yeah, I will give an update vid for you guys, for anyone that was curious. Jay and Shinobi, as always, you keep this stream banging. And you guys better hit the fucking like button, okay? Hit the goddamn like button. What we doing? All right, But I love you all, especially you two guys. And for every other Saturday coming up, unless something's going on with Jay, I should be full availability as well, starting now. So, so this will be the one stream I do got to dip early, unfortunately. But again, it's been an honor. It's been great, and I love you all. So,
brother.
Dude.